Sup Rock Beats. We have a link in the description. By the way, so I don't have it. Well, maybe hold on. Let me put the featuring here. Hold on. We may have a guest tonight in a few minutes. Wally if we remember him. I'm probably spelling it wrong. I'll just edit it later, I guess. Super duper technology. Hold on, let me see if I can find my camera. See, someday gonna have a live producer, and they're gonna be able to figure this out. You know what? Every single time, I swear, it doesn't. Oh, I don't think that's what I wanted. All right, hold on. Here we go. Still trying to figure out the lighting in the shop studio. I think I need a little bit more. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, now it's going to be too bright in the shop studio. Hold on. Lighting's tricky. Lighting is tricky. I don't know how the super duper YouTube guys do it. They do it somehow. Somehow, some way. Probably gonna start a fire. Alright, whatever. Alright, here we go. Good enough. Let's see. Well, you guys can't see what's going on anyway. See, this is the thing about the ragtag show. All of them, they suck right now. I don't have the, the means right now, really. The time is part of it, and the energy to do cooler and better stuff. See, the light, I don't know. It's not that bright, but it just seems to come off like super bright. I think it's the camera's sensitive. Anyway, all right, what do we got? The Tao of Tetris. Welcome to another episode of The Boyd. We are talking about stuff that, I'm not a master or expert on either of those topics, the Tao or Tetris. And I'm not talking about the Dow like the Dow Jones Industrial Average or something like that. I'm talking about Tao as in T-A-O, the Tao De Ching or whatever. There's a book written by Lao Tzu or some group of people known as Lao Tzu, I guess, or whoever. I don't know. Somebody wrote it thousands of years ago, supposedly. And, I'm not a religious person, and it's not so much, I don't look at it as so much as a religion. I wouldn't say I'm Taoist or have some kind of Taoist practice or something like that I do. The Tao, I look at it is for some, as I read it, which I haven't even read the whole thing, but as I read it, I feel like there's a resonance, like something makes a lot of sense as far as how it sort of seems to me like it's describing a reality or something like that. Something that I see, I feel like. Whatever Lao Tzu's talking about, I'm like, oh yeah, I get where you're coming from. And it seems to make sense. In fact, it makes sense to the point where, I'll see like, so quote unquote professional or like, popular writers that have written about the Tao that have interpreted it, especially in sort of in a self-help sense. Oh, here, Wally I think Wally here. Stand by. Hold on, let me, here's the Boyd intro, and listen a little bit to Sup Rock Beats, Love and Squalor track on side Eminem. Link in the description.
Insane.
Yo, we're back on the air or the stream or whatever the digital means. I'm on with Wally Doo. He is here, live and direct. Hold up, let me get. Someday I'm gonna have a live producer that's gonna help. Here we are on.
Yeah, see,
camera is on. So we were talking about the craziness of the world, and I was saying that Tetris and the Dow have some answers for us. And again, I don't mean the Dow as in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm talking about Dow, T-A-O, of like the Taoist type thing. But not as a religion per se, but just sort of like a description of the universe kind of thing.
Now, you know I'm going to have to bring this backward for a second, right?
What do you mean?
Okay? Or am I going to fuck up the whole shit?
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you're going to have to, like, find out. You know, to really know.
Well, I feel like we've already gone. Let's go. What's up?
So, have we been filming since I've been in here?
We're just now. Yeah. Well, see, yes.
Because you were already... Hold on.
Right there.
You say yes.
Yes, we're on. Yes, we're filming.
We're on now.
We're on live. Everything is on.
But since I walked in the building...
No.
You were already on. You were already on.
I was on earlier, yes.
You were on, and then you stopped it.
Yes.
And then I came in, then we had all our conversation, and then when you just said, on
we're
now,
just
now, just like 2 minutes. So everything in between they missed.
Yeah, about the lighting and all that stuff.
Oh, yes. Man.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to think.
I mean, I get it, you know, the professionalism, and I appreciate it, trust me.
Well, they were listening to some music that's linked in the description. By the way, Seprock Beats.
So everyone
it's
that
actually an old track, Seprock Beats track.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Because I have questions now. Because I think this is the meat and potatoes for real.
Yeah.
So when you put them on pause, if they were watching live, they got to hear a bunch of music that you selected.
Hopefully, yes. If everything worked right, I've been having audio problems.
right. If it worked like it's supposed to work.
Folks out there, if you could jump on. I think we have actually one person out of the billions of people on this planet, so very unique.
I wish I had a good character for fucking like Death to America.
A very unique person,
right? Because the hat and the beard, and it's like, oh, we could do something hilarious.
Get on the live
right
chat.
now.
Let me know if you were able to hear the Seprock Beats track. But we are on live with Wally Doo. He is here. He's been on a couple times in the past.
At least once.
Yeah, at least once, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I was trying to come back again, but when I re-listened to the original one, I was like...
I never actually re-listened.
Yes,
How is
I appreciate this. I mean, it's adorable.
Is it?
It's the juxtaposition between our two takes that really makes it interesting, I think, for the layman, right? For the average listener, right? Who's maybe starting to agree with some of the ideals that you have, and you're making great points, because I think that's kind of like, from what I've gathered from being a watcher of your podcast, is like, oh, he's making some great points, you know what I mean, and putting a little food in there, right? You know what I mean? But at the same time, catching it, you know, being caught off guard, you know.
Sure.
Because you know what I mean.
That's part of having a live show, I feel like.
Yeah, so that's what I thought when I was watching back at our original one. Is like, oh, I'm just a mess. And I'm talking nonsense.
Chris is on, by the way. Superfan Chris, what is up? Hey, were you?
What up, Chris?
Were you? I don't know how long you were on, but if you were on,
wait, did we just work in Atlanta, Chris? Is this the Chris that I just worked with in Atlanta?
No, he's my business partner from Douglas and Carlisle. He is the Douglas.
I assume.
Of Douglas and Carlisle.
But let me play.
Local.
I didn't assume all that. But way to work in the boom.
Oh shit! Maybe I wasn't supposed to.
No, what you did was perfect.
Him. Maybe I just doxed him.
What you did was perfect. I mean, you totally played the. You know, you worked it right. Yeah. You know, my whole thing was like, Douglas I don't know, so I'm playing dumb.
LLC.
Because I actually don't know.
Bam.
Yeah, I actually don't know. But when I said, "Hey, is that Chris that I worked with?" I knew that wasn't Chris I worked with.
No doubt.
Right.
Of course.
But you were like, nope, that's it. And then you outed him. But now and it's like, hey, can I be?
Yeah, but now that you explained
coy in the chat.
I'm like, oh, God. You know,
it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
It's true.
What are our numbers right here?
The
this is the family right here.
Seeing the wizard.
Like, see the wizard right now, whoever's watching, that's the family, okay?
Now
but
we're
it's
sounding
about
like a cult.
progress.
The views expressed by Wally
I
do
wanna
not
also-
necessarily reflect those of the Boyd or the Boyd organization. The
That
views
is-
expressed by
that's-
Wally do only. I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
no,
I
no,
was trying to
no.
remember.
He is not kidding.
Trying to remember
But
how those
good.
disclaimers.
Yeah,
things-
I don't know either because I wanted to give it
Not
myself.
applicable in the states of Delaware,
Hey,
Florida,
this guy's
Vermont, and
fucking
Texas.
nuts.
Yes. I just don't know what
This
you're
guy's-
next. I don't know what you're going to say next. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
already,
yeah. No, no,
I'm already
exactly.
nuts and volatile. You
No,
don't
I
know what I'm
understand.
going to
Yeah,
say.
and I'm no,
You
exactly,
might be-
exactly.
look,
and
NSA
all of this shit that
NSA's
he
listening.
says
Yeah, you're
are
the
all
one-
his thoughts.
Look, you look
That's,
more,
I think, the technical way you say
Look.
it. Everything that this guy says, his fucking ideas, his thoughts.
Sure,
Okay.
yes,
I'm
indeed.
responsible for everything that I say. So I think we've got it now. I think that's good as a contract.
look.
That's good as a
NSA's
contract.
listening. You're the one that looks more Castro-like than I.
Yeah. I don't
I mean,
have a problem with it.
Sort of like I'm an average white guy.
Yeah, but just so you
Sorta
know, he's
like-
part Chinese, y'all.
I look sort of like Thomas
Just
Jefferson.
so you know, he's part Chinese, y'all.
Sort of like a founding father almost.
So,
with
I
the
mean,
long
you know what I
hair.
mean? What do you want?
Like
Latin
James,
America?
like
or
James
China?
Madison or something like that.
What are you going to do? I look
just
Cuban.
saying.
Oh, I look Latin American? Keyword? This guy, Chinese. Whatever.
I'm as white as Obama is.
That part.
It's true. I'm
You
as
get
white
it?
as Obama is.
You get it, good folk?
Indeed. So Tetris and the Dow.
So
if
not.
you, I don't know. I didn't.
So I love Tetris. It's my favorite game on the Game Boy.
So
I
tell us,
actually I'm not
what
a
do you know
video
about
game.
Tetris?
I don't play video
the
games.
history of Tetris. Do you know the history?
Yeah,
of Tetris?
putting them blocks together. I mean, what I'm saying is like when I get into it, like give me a month, give me a week, and I'm playing Tetris, whether it's on the PC or you know whatever phone, blah blah blah. You get it online, or whether it's on the Game Boy because it's one of the only games. I have a Bart Simpson game and I have a Tetris for the Game Boy, the original. OG shit.
If you are
and I still play it.
unfamiliar with the Game
'Cause
Boy, put a comment in the comments.
I'm a bit of a nerd in that faction, but the point is, I will rock you in Tetris.
No doubt. I'm not an expert, as I mentioned earlier in the opening of the show. I am not an expert about the Dow or Tetris by that
Now,
matter.
Dow, you mean with a T, right?
With a T, yeah. The
Dow with a T.
or the Dow.
Because if you're trying to Google it, you're gonna get fucked up unless
Yeah,
you know.
reference the title, the TAO or Dow or Tao, whatever, if you want to mispronounce it. It's like saying pho is faux.
Dow of Steve. Look it
Yeah.
up. It's a good film, good indie movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That might be. I
We
guess
might.
it's
He
highly
might need a
recommended.
check now. I don't know
Highly
how that
recommended.
works.
Apparently, I haven't seen it though, and like I
adorable.
said, I haven't even read all of the Tao Te Ching, the writings of Lao Tzu. I have not read them all. However, I've gotten a sense of sort of what the Tao is a little bit, and the universal play of things. So it's
what
like,
is it Dow? I thought it was mad general, but
it is mad general. It's
where
almost like
where did it culminate?
there is no culmination.
There's
and there is no end.
origination of the Tao.
Yes.
First culture to speak of it.
I don't know.
No.
It's. I mean, even if you do, you can't
Master.
really speak of it. So even in the Tao, you can't speak of the Tao because the Tao that you actually can speak of in words is
Gotcha.
not the Tao.
So it's like Fight Club.
Yes, in a way, it's a
Yeah.
circular kind of.
First
Chinese
rule of the
finger
Tao:
trap.
there
Yeah.
is no Tao.
Yeah, I mean it is in there's certain passages that say if you're behind the Tao, you can't see its rear, and if you're in front of the Tao, you can't see its rear.
On account of it's blocking you.
It is everything. It's all
Because you're
all
here
encompassing.
and it's here, and you're like, what's
It's like nothing. Like what causes the gazelle to eat grass and shit? Like what causes that?
You know, I'm hungry. I eat grass. I shit.
I don't
so
know.
gotta
Yeah,
shit.
sure, but that motivation of even existing and being hungry.
I don't know
is
if you
part of
need to be
Tao. Sure,
motivated.
but it's there. It's doing it. You know, it has to survive or whatever, right?
Are we calling that the Dow?
It's part of it. Yeah.
Now this is not the Dow Jones.
Of course not. No.
This is the Dow with the T.
T-A-O, yes. Not like a
Chinese
financial thing.
in origin. We said there's no origin.
Look, I mean, I guess Lao Tzu says, and like Lao Tzu came from China, and this
Loud
discussion
2?
of.
Is that like Beats by Dre?
He's like
Loud 2. That's a good name for headphones, though, right? Loud 2?
Possibly. We should ask our focus group of 2. What do you think of his headphones name idea?
And also telling me, focus group, am I being too much? Because I apologize. I mean, you know what I mean? I genuinely like this guy as a human being, and I just like to throw a fork in shit. But I mean, if it's a problem. But I mean, for 2 guys, it's honestly...
We have 2 folks. Out of the billions of folks on this...
You both have to say something. Like, just, you're here for us.
Chris says LOL.
All right, perfect. So we're on the right track. We're on the right track, Chris. Where's my other guy at? What's his name?
I don't know.
We don't know who he actually is. We just know he's in there looking around and lurking. How dare you?
Now, if you know some folks, why don't you
let us know
it out and share it? Actually,
I mean, I know some folks, but honestly, my social is limited, bro. It's like they don't even like me that much. They like me in person. I've been best man in a couple of weddings, and I'm actually godfather to a human being. A young lady whose name I won't say on this because I keep some shit private. But I mean, you know, you get it.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to dox them.
Yeah. She's a young lady. This isn't what's that show on Netflix? You seen that, Cuties?
Yes.
It's about a bunch of twerking ass fucking little girls.
I heard something around those. Yes, something like that.
I don't want to change the whole topic of this.
It's supposed to be like a coming
because I know you have some
thing or something. Supposedly, it's like a view of sexuality in Africa versus sexuality in the Western world.
I haven't heard those. I haven't heard that. What I've heard was only shit talking about it being the sexualization of these little girls.
Sure.
And then I did hear also people were saying that, the movie is supposed to expose these things that exist.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't want to change the subject again, like I said. What were we initially talking about, man? I don't want to change the subject.
Well, Superfan Chris, to bring it back around to the center topic, he says Tao Te Ching, which is the Tao of change, is... Chinese classic text. Superfan Chris goes on to say, "There's always a phantom watcher every week. It's usually me and the phantom." LOL. Because we need to get more people. That is not like Fight Club. We can get more folks involved. Because remember, this is less about a show and more about a discussion to talk about shit. So we could talk about why is the Dao important right now to talk about that kind of shit. Also, why is Tetris involved in this mix?
So it is Chinese.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Yes, I thought I told you it was Chinese.
You kind of played on the edge.
Yes, from China. However, it is a universal topic.
Because you were saying it's like, that blah, and I was like, but where's the origination? Blah blah. But then when Superfan Chris, now do you know Chris? As a human being?
Yes,
I
know him in IRL, yes.
What's up, Chris?
I know Superfan Chris IRL.
If you know him, then, I mess with you, man. If you were just an entity out here in the streets, I might think differently. Is that okay to say?
I mean, whatever you want to say, man.
I don't know.
It's a First Amendment right, man. I believe in free speech.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be a great topic, man, because I'm tired of these duds trying to limit it.
I mean, there's a lot of folks that get triggered and want to limit something. You know what I mean? I was just having a conversation the other day with a friend of mine who I guess some folks might consider right-wing, I guess, in the political spectrum.
You mind if I'm smoking here? Or do you want to
no, that's
the
fine.
door? Or
that's fine. No, that's
Black
cool.
and Mouse?
What?
Black and Mouse?
What?
I'm talking about tobacco, obviously.
That's fine, yeah. That's fine. Don't make it a scene though.
Well, it's
just
already.
Start smoking.
I think
That's
you
fine.
made it a scene.
I want
to make it okay with the guy who's hosting me.
Yeah,
so I'm not
fine.
a
Just
dickhead.
go ahead and smoke. That's fine. Yeah, and it's interesting because I'm.
I don't want to make it a scene or anything. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Right. Let's see. Superfan Chris says, "Yo." I guess he must have been responding back.
No, say what you're saying though. Go ahead, go back to your topic.
I don't remember. What did you want to talk about?
No, I'm smoking. I'm trying to.
Just trying not to make a scene. Yes,
yeah,
and discreet. Yeah.
There's a whole tire behind me.
Indeed. Very effective.
Go ahead. What were you saying though?
I don't recollect. The logistics of this smoking situation have proven to be pretty challenging. I'm not good at multitasking.
No, I don't wanna mess up the whole thing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Good thing you didn't want to mess up the whole thing.
No, dude.
No, do the thing.
Cause is this getting recorded?
Yeah.
People are gonna see this later.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Be cool.
I'm sure this part of it's gonna be the probably the most watched part of it. I'm sure it's gonna get the most repeat views. When someday there's the Boyd clips, we're gonna get the part where we spend 3 minutes with the non-making a scene irony attempt. But yeah. This is where the canned laughter would come in, right? If we had a live producer. Our motto from the Tao: be like water and remain in flow state. That's right. The Tao talks about being in flow state, like someone like LeBron James when they're in their best. They don't even try, so they accomplish without. I mean, they try, but it seems effortless without trying.
This guy's for LeBron James.
They accomplish, right, without trying in a way.
He loves LeBron James.
I don't even know LeBron James.
He loves him. He knows him personally.
Or anything about. I don't really know.
He loves him.
And people that know me know that I don't know anything about sports, in fact. But supposedly, you know.
But he used it as an example. So
right, of flow
so what does that tell you?
Right.
Think about it, guys.
Right. I mean, you could also talk about like Yo-Yo Ma with the cello or something.
They call it a Freudian slip.
Or it could be something like
disappear.
With like Wally do with trying to find a good place to sit while smoking. It's when they're in their element, they do without even trying, they accomplish. You see? Does that make sense?
Agreed.
There you go.
It would have been better if I did it here. Say it again. Something about Wally do and what I did right.
Yeah, Superfan Chris knows that I know zero about sports. Yeah, that's like a massive deficit.
Nailed it that time. See how it's right in between us? That's where it should be. Chris, I fuck with you, bro. Hit me up.
There you go. Yeah, Superfan Chris has a superfan, and Wally do. Yeah, there we go.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about again?
So Tetris, what does that have to do with it? Well, the Tao. Yeah. So here's the thing.
Because I've been putting them blocks together, bro. And if you want to rearrange a van, right? If you're moving, I'm there. Hit me. Now tell me, what is the connection?
Well, the Tao, one thing to think about with the Tao is a lot of times the thing I don't agree with on the self-help side of things is the, what's it called? The fact that the Tao includes everything from like the fact that mildew happens in your, under your sink or some shit, or in your like bathtub or whatever the fuck. That's
What's
Tao.
The connection?
That I mean that Tao is all that is and isn't, and all it's just part
all
of
that is and isn't and could be.
Sure.
Essentially.
All of sort of like that.
That's what Tao means.
There is no meaning of Tao, really. I mean, you can't really describe it.
So where do you get this everything that is and couldn't?
It's a way of trying to describe something that can't be described. I mean,
so you're trying your best.
I'm trying my best.
This is how the scholars do it as well.
Sure, I guess. Right? I don't know. I can't.
Because I imagine you've read up on it.
A little bit. I mean, not much, but yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So the Tao we cannot describe?
Yeah, in a way. It's like...
but how are you trying to, at least, to give me a little bit of education on it?
Yeah, so the thing about Tao is it is all that is, which includes the lowest low of the lowly things, like the nastiest muck and mire on this planet, of whatever your definition of that is part of Tao.
Just the nastiest?
And also the most exalted and pure and sublime of whatever you believe is also part of it.
So Tao is just everything that is.
Yes, indeed.
Essentially.
Sort of like
right?
how I
You said no way to describe it,
yeah.
but like you would say it is all.
But that's also right. That's how I described it. But that's also a sort of a minuscule attempt to really describe the universality and effect and impact of what is Tao.
Right. Now, what's the Tetris?
Like going from LeBron James to talking about the muck and mire to the most sublime, and all of that being intertwined into what is.
What was
Tao.
the LeBron James connection?
It's being in flow state. Being in flow state. That when you do something when it seems without even trying, you accomplish. When you can teach without speaking. When you can know without, I don't know, without
we have
studying,
a lag, right, over here?
Yeah, there might be a slight lag.
Okay, because you were throwing your hands up crazy, and I was like,
sure.
Wait a minute. Is this what we're getting though? Is this the live? Or is what we're seeing over here the
this
live?
is. I'm assuming this is what folks at home are seeing. I'm sure there might be a little bit of latency even past that, but this is the live direct feed monitor, and then this is the YouTube monitor.
Because I haven't done any YouTube live.
Yeah,
so
there you go. There's a little bit of behind the curtain.
See where I'm pointing now?
There you go. Yeah. So
that's the conversation we had. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
20 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah. So the Tao is just this idea of. I mean.
But yeah, go ahead.
It's an idea of the universe in a way, describing the way the things work. And one of the things that's important is how modern society is not connected to Tao, is broken away from sort of the natural way. That's a key component of the Tao, is the natural way.
So I think this is good, things, right? From a layman's perspective, right? Because I'm asking.
Sure.
Right.
I'm still a layman. But then again, the Tao would tell us to have the mind of an infant. The master has the mind.
So the Tao is everything that exists, but it's also a way of thinking and existing, potentially.
I mean,
because you mentioned LeBron James' flow state, like being in the zone, essentially, for lack of better words.
Sure, go ahead.
But what we were describing the Tao as initially was just everything that is and ever was, like the environment. But it also is a state in which you can exist in potentially.
Well, you are
the LeBron James comparison.
Well, you are in congruence to some degree with the Tao. With the universality.
The universe, right? The Tao meaning everything that is and ever was.
Right. The lion chasing the gazelle and overpowering the gazelle and feasting on the gazelle.
Just being in the zone means being in touch with the universe, essentially.
Sort of. Yeah, in a way. Right. Compare that to a lot of people's daily operation, right? What they do for a living. Is it in congruence with that flow state?
Agreed. I understand
right. This. So that's where the issue comes in. So part of the reason why I even brought up the Tao of Tetris, because I'm probably going to end up writing a book about this.
Now, what's the Tetris connection?
I'll tell you in a second. Is that...
Stand by.
Yeah.
Chris, we got you.
Right, yeah. Is that, first you got to understand that the Tao isn't just like something where it's like, oh, you got to find your inner LeBron James. It's that it's simply part of nature, that you find something that you become the flow, you go in, you're able to find that flow state, right? To become the lion that overcomes the gazelle, or to become the gazelle who out jinx the lion. You know what I mean? That is the flow state. And, you know what I mean? And that's part of Tao. The Tao is the suffering of the gazelle as it loses its life to feed the lion family, but it's also the victory of the lion family to be able to be fed. That's all part of Tao, because it is the natural way. It's all part of the flow state. We have lost congruency with that. Right? Now, how does Tetris tie into that? Tetris is originally the reason why the name is Tetris is because of the word four, tetra, or excuse me, tetra, which means four, 4 blocks in Tetris, and tennis. So four and tennis was Tetris, right? Tetra and tennis, Tetris. And basically it's blocks of 4, in different arrangements, shapes of 4 blocks coming in, in some kind of, how would you describe
Pattern.
that? In a, it's not, I mean, it's just a descending.
In a group.
Well, it's
4
usually
blocks
one at a time.
in a group.
Right, the 4 blocks are assembled in a
Right.
group together, right, in various patterns. So hence the tetra part is the 4 blocks. And then your goal is to arrange them so that they make a solid bar.
I didn't even realize they were
Right.
all 4 until just now.
Yeah.
The son of a gun, and I'm
That's-
amazing at Tetris.
That's part of it. So the talk about the link between Tetris and this whole thing is less about skill at Tetris and more about the nature of Tetris.
Well, still, I think if you have a skill at Tetris, you probably tapped in a little bit.
Possibly. You could probably understand some things. In fact, if your life feels like shit or is going to shit or is not really going the way you planned, but you're really good at Tetris, then maybe this metaphor will help you in your IRL situation. You know what I mean?
Or potentially you're just good at Tetris, and maybe you're tapped into the universe in a way that other
Sure.
people will never know.
There are an
You know what I'm
infinite
saying?
number of
And then they try to
possibilities.
diminish you best they can, but guess what? It's never gonna work.
Yes, that could also be the case as well. So
Could-
there's a
could
million,
be.
million,
Could be.
I
That's all
mean,
I'm
an
saying.
infinite number of things could be happening.
Could be.
Indeed. So the point, though, is that Tetris, though only meaning tetra and tennis, turns out to be a very interesting metaphor for life, in that you
Agreed.
don't know exactly, though you get a hint, you don't know exactly what blocks are coming, but you do get a period of time where you can manipulate those blocks.
Agreed.
Right. So that
And this is your time.
hence the universe, hence the sort of Tao of Tetris is that you don't know exactly
mine.
the circumstance that you are handed. However, you do have some time to manipulate those blocks.
So I just
and put
rearranged
into
them?
place. You know what I mean?
Because he was trying to put my blocks in a certain spot, and I was like, no. My blocks go here.
I'm sorry?
You were trying to put my blocks how you wanted them to be, and then I was
What
like, no.
blocks are you talking
My
about?
blocks go. We're talking about Tetris still.
I didn't,
And blocks, and
I
there's
didn't-
4 of them,
I don't
and trying to
arrange-
manipulate the circumstances, or are they as you see them, or can you change them around? It's kind of the point you were making, and I was just making a great add-on because you were trying to manipulate my blocks in a certain, and I said, no, my blocks go here. Because
What?
remember how he was trying to diminish me? Go ahead.
What? Wait, are we making this something about you now?
Classic.
I don't understand what's happening.
Classic.
Classic. If someone can jump in and sort of explain what he's talking about, that'd be great.
Yeah, Chris, we're talking to
Superfan
you.
Chris, if you know what
You
he's
son
talking-
of a gun.
I don't know what he's talking about. If you were great at Tetris and you have your life together, you would probably see what I'm talking about as well.
Because you heard how he was saying, oh, you could be good at Tetris, or you could actually, because I had just said I was good at Tetris.
Yeah, but you could be good at Tetris.
You
but
heard it,
also,
but play back the cut,
You
man.
could be
Chris,
good.
let
Hold
him
up,
know,
hold
man.
up. You could be good at Tetris, but your life is in disarray.
That's what he was essentially saying.
Wait, are you
about
trying?
me.
Wait. So me saying someone's life is in disarray
When
means
I
I must
said
be
I'm good
talking
at Tetris,
about.
he's like, yeah, you could be good at Tetris.
It must hold
wink,
up, hold
wink,
up, hold up,
or
hold
your
up,
life
hold
could
up.
be in
Hold
disarray.
up. Did we
And I was
stumble-
like, who the fuck
we
are you
stumble-
talking about,
did
me?
we stumble
Because I
upon-
said I'm good at Tetris.
Did we stumble upon a little bit of I don't know, some kind of thing? So hold on, let's talk about this. So, do you feel like your life is in disarray?
We would have to play the tape back.
Hold on.
No.
Do you feel like your life is in disarray?
No. I felt like you were taking a shot at me.
How was I taking a shot at you?
Because I was talking about how good I was at Tetris and drawing a comparison so I could make this palatable for the unpalates, right? But then you said,
Wait, what?
oh, well, you could be good at Tetris, like
I'm giving
irrelevant.
I'm giving
or you could actually pay attention to what's going on. And it was like, oh, you're trying to take a dig at me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you would automatically make something turn into about you.
I don't know. Chris, can you please fucking chime in already? We're dying out here. Jesus.
I'm simply putting
somebody play the tape back. I'm not crazy.
I'm simply making a contrast between someone
and
who's
don't
good,
just be his friend.
I'm making a contrast between someone who's good at Tetris, but their life is falling apart, and how this metaphor could help them.
Why would you make a contrast?
And next thing I know, he is saying that it must be about him because I guess your life is in disarray.
No, but why would you make a metaphor about Tetris unless I was the one making the point that
you
Tetris,
kept talking about,
I was comparing it to the game.
You kept talking about being good at Tetris, and you kept talking about Tetris.
You heard him? So I kept doing that. So he used that.
I was trying to link it to...
But he wasn't talking about me.
I was trying to link it to someone else.
Even though you heard him just say, well, you kept talking about being good at Tetris.
Yes. And
so when he made the comparison, he wasn't talking about me, even though I was the one that kept talking about being good at Tetris.
Yes, you did. So what I tried to do is try to include other people that aren't him into whether, if you're good at Tetris... if your life is in disarray. However, I guess anytime you talk about your life is in disarray, but also you're good at Tetris, you must be talking about the combination of Tetris and life in disarray of Wally Doo. And here we are. Didn't know. Stumbling into landmines. Being triggered by randomness. I didn't know. But that is good to know.
See how you use the word triggered?
Triggered. I mean,
that was he's trying to place that upon me.
That was a little bit of a scene.
When in reality, I just used.
It was a little bit of a scene. You have to admit.
That was a little bit of a juicing you're doing there, sir.
I don't understand. You made a scene. You
put that on there. No.
You made a scene.
A scene. This is
out of like nothing.
This is for fun.
Out of nothing at
all. This is to make this entertaining.
Out of nothing.
But let's discuss it though. But you see how you use the word triggered? This is a constant left-wing verbiage.
Whoa.
I've been triggered. Now I'm a victim. No one said that. I'm here for the discussion.
I'm just...
See how you try to place me in some... Oh, he's been triggered. Nobody said that.
Maybe
I'm making discussion.
Maybe folks...
I think we're pretty good, and I think I've been pretty mellow about the whole conversation.
Maybe folks out there in the world can talk to us and tell us, is Wally Doo, would you consider him triggered, or his actions?
This, right.
Would you consider his sort of reaction to the discussion of the combination of good
or would you say I know when you're talking about me, motherfucker?
And life
just
is
call
in
my
disarray.
name. Just say my name. I know when you're talking about me, motherfucker. Say my name. It's okay. I'm here for this. People get choked up when they fucking words. Cat got his tongue.
Life is in disarray. Apparently, you must be talking about Wally Doo. By the way,
Cat got his tongue.
If you do not think that his reaction is triggered, or being triggered, then please put in the comments, explain why he's not being triggered. Or if you're like, yes, in fact, that is sort of random to get triggered like that and just assume.
He said the same thing 2 times. He was like, if you think he was triggered, then put in there, he was triggered. But if on the other side you think he was triggered, then say, yes, he was triggered.
I said, if you don't think he was triggered.
Wait, what?
I said, if you don't think how he responded was being triggered, if you don't think it, put it in.
Basically, people can have reactions. But you don't have to label them, because that's a big problem with the freedom of speech talk. It's like trying to label someone a certain way just because they have something to say.
Right.
So, I wouldn't call myself triggered. I thought it was mostly funny and humorous. But then when he took a political standpoint, I thought, well, I have to talk about it specifically.
When did we talk about
because
politics?
I was being joking. I was just joking, but because you used the word triggered,
so what?
Which is used in political rhetoric every day.
I thought.
But you know how politicized it's become.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean to be triggered in your world? What does it mean to be triggered?
How politicized it's become. But
What does it mean? No, I don't. Apparently, I don't know what it means.
Something that sets you off when maybe
It sets you off. That's what
Okay.
triggered is, period.
Okay.
But it's been used to be politicized by something that sets you off that shouldn't set you off necessarily.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
So
what
did
I was
you-
saying was nothing
did
set
you
me
not
off that
get
shouldn't
set off?
have,
You didn't
because you were talking about me, bro.
You don't think that set you off? Your assumption that I was talking
you
about
weren't
you.
you weren't saying
I didn't say
anything
that
about
you.
what I was talking about until I said it.
Well, you also said it. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
I
a
know,
show.
I said
I
it.
have to react
So
to a
you're
thing
talking
that's happening.
about what I am talking about.
Yeah, right.
You
It's
heard
a
him,
live
right?
show.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. He's talking about what I'm talking about. So when he says, "You think I'm talking about you now?" He just admitted he is talking about what I'm talking about. He is talking about me and what I've just said, because it's a live show, like he just said, and we have to talk about what each other is talking about. So when he referenced this person being he was talking about me. And that's what I called him on,
I
and
mean,
then he
that's
called me
a-
triggered
that's
for
a
it.
big
But he just
assumption,
admitted. You just admitted, yes, I was talking about you.
No, I
Run the
didn't.
tape
I
back,
didn't
folks.
admit that. I mean,
Nipped
I
in the
guess,
bud. Love
I guess I just it's a big assumption. I don't know if you've ever
not.
read the book called The
No,
Four
but
Agreements.
you just
but,
said, yeah, I'm talking about what you said because we're having
Yeah,
a
because you were
discussion and it's a
talking
live
about-
cast. So he was referencing me and what I said.
If that makes you feel better, sure, you can
Didn't you
craft
just
that
say
reality.
that? Did you
Sure.
just say that you were talking about what I said?
Yeah, because I was talking about people
you.
that are good at Tetris.
No, but when I
Did
said...
I say even if you're like Wally do, who's really good at Tetris, but his life is in disarray? If I would have said that, then again, sure, that would have been.
He keeps
that would
going
have
back
been.
to life is in disarray, which
Right.
is moot, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Other than that, that's what I said, and then suddenly,
where everyone,
suddenly I'm
who's
talking
not
about
in
Wally.
disarray? Yeah,
Suddenly,
but
exactly.
He was
exactly.
talking about specifically if
Who's
you're good at
not in
Tetris, that
disarray?
doesn't
If
matter.
you're good in Tetris,
Because we're not
but your
talking
life is
about
in
the game
disarray.
Tetris, you fool.
If you're good at Tetris, but your life is in disarray,
That's what he
this
was saying.
metaphor could help you. Oh, what?
This
How
podcast
could
should
you
be
be
called
talking
No
about
Dummies.
me? How could you be talking
This
about me?
podcast should be called No Dummies.
I don't know.
Because
Hey,
you're not
you
no
guys
dummy.
weigh.
You're
You
not
guys
no dummy,
weigh in.
and I'm not no dummy either.
You guys weigh in.
Yo,
and
should
let's
it be
talk
called
about
No Dummies, right? Because that would be good, where it's like two people
Let's ask the
disproving each
focus
other,
group.
but it's like you can't just walk me across the fucking bridge.
I mean, we can play it back. I guess maybe someday. And if you have the will, skill, or time, you can go back to
No,
the edit.
he already told me he doesn't watch these back.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
I don't
right.
I don't watch them back.
I would never either. It's fair enough. I only did it because my dad was pulling it up. Because he was like, oh, you were over there talking to James?
There you
Hey, what's going on? Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I was like, well, I saw the whole thing.
Here's another one that we
This
all
got good,
can
right?
be proud of. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So
We're not being dickheads,
the
right?
idea about Tetris,
Yeah.
whether you're good at it or not, is irrelevant. The idea behind it is that life hands you circumstances of which you have a moment to deal with. And depending on how you handled your Tetris board, aka your life, you might have that
He
shit
still calls
stacked
it a
up.
board.
You see what I mean? If you have all those fucking Tetris
Old.
blocks stacked up, now you're fucked. Right now, you got to scramble to try to figure shit out. And sometimes you might be seeking in your mind, you think you want to make it so that you can slam the big like column of 4 blocks and just get one, 4 rows at a time. But sometimes if you just plan for that one thing, you end up getting a whole bunch of other blocks, and then it just fucks you up. So you can't necessarily also plan your life around one thing per se, because that may not be the natural way.
That's fair, but sometimes you can also stack up those 4s because you know you're going to get the biggest score there, and you can just line them up, and plan, and the whole world is your playground, son. You just put them where you need them to be, and yeah, you're going to get some blocks, and we all know, stash them to the side in the meantime, and then wait for those perfect pieces to come down and get that 4 run.
Indeed, some people have different ways of handling the circumstances that are handed to them.
I'm good at Tetris.
You know what I mean? So he handles Tetris in this way. Sometimes
It's a metaphor.
handling life in that way may or may not work. You can sometimes stack these circumstances off to the side.
May or
and
may
deal with
not.
them
I'm out
later.
here living.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you've already stacked so many of those circumstances that they've piled up and you don't have room anymore and you have to do something. So, or sometimes you just, that board
Working on $1
is
million
fucked.
shows, still no health insurance.
And then you gotta, bam, then you got to start all
I've
over.
been stacking that one to the side.
So it's a it's a way of looking at, now again, the makers of Tetris, the programmers back in like the 80s from Russia or 70s.
80s
is old, yeah. Actually from Russia. They didn't.
No, man, 80s, not 70s, but could be.
Yeah, I think it's late. It possibly could be late 70s when they originally
Good.
wrote
I
the
mean,
program.
fucking Def Jam was getting started already. I mean, why not
So-
Tetris?
Sure, and so the founders weren't looking at it in a life, as far as a metaphor for life. But that's what I'm saying is you could look at it that way, and your life circumstances, as shitty as they may be, are something that you have circumstances to deal with, and sometimes you got blocks that you don't even know that if you flip them one way or another could actually help you. So sometimes you have this in this last minute.
Be the blocks that are
You
like that.
gotta just flip it around and
Crack.
keep flipping it, and then boom.
Then they do the opposite.
and then you can move it in
They're like, which block do I have?
in that last split second, and then bam, you clear
Is
yourself.
it the one that fits this way?
And sometimes you just gotta save time. You know, you gotta
Or
be able
not.
to clear those rows, save some time and whatnot.
Now I
right?
gotta keep rotating it and figure out, is this the block that I need or not? Those L
Exactly.
blocks. I mean, fuck.
So those times in life can
It's
be
metaphor.
can be sort of crazy. So anyway, the Tao of Tetris is that that Tetris in a way simulates the universe, sort of handing us circumstances that we have to manipulate. We have this limited time,
Bring
and we
it
have to
all back.
recognize. Yeah, we have to recognize that we have that limited time. We have to slide them all into those blocks, and then sometimes, yeah, at the end of the day, we do have to plan ahead a little bit. But isn't it the other Taoist weird thing about Tetris is your goal is constantly to clear the board. So it is to constantly be empty,
Think about that.
which is also a goal of Tao, is to sort of forget everything in a way, but to also, I mean, it doesn't mean to completely
What a
forget.
paradox.
Yeah, it is a paradox. In a way, to have such an open mind that you forget what you know. You know what I mean? Sort of, something like that. Yeah, and other weird shit, like the fact that the value in a room, the utility of a room, is the space between the four walls, not the four walls themselves.
How dare they?
You know what I mean? A window is the space in the wall, not the wall itself.
I mean, you
It
know what I
is
mean?
the nothingness. You know what I mean? That gives it utility.
It's that little bit
Bam.
in between this life and the afterlife. What exists and what
Yeah,
doesn't.
something like that. It could be like that too. You know what I mean? Well, Superfan Chris did say at some point, "Okay, new subject, LOL." So I think he was talking about when we
The
were
rant.
going on about the
Yeah,
rant.
I think so.
But so what else? What do you guys think? The Tao of Tetris. It's crazy times. I think that's something that can help look at reality in a realistic way, and help to sort of, look at the
Realistic.
crazy circumstances and juggle them fucking Tetris blocks best you can. You know what I mean?
Best you can.
Yeah.
I
best you
mean,
can.
I think we put this bow on this bitch.
Yeah,
I can
mean,
say bitch
pretty,
on here, right?
pretty close. But yeah, there was one of
That's
the
a maybe.
crazy Tetris blocks that I think is scaring some people.
Don't
that-
say the straight line or the square because those are the best ones to get.
No, is the like especially people from Europe who have been through genocide, like civil wars and shit from like Bosnia and shit like that are like scared about America and how crazy America's getting, and how it sounds so similar to the lead up before the civil wars in their country.
Yeah. I thought we was talking about the Tao of Tetris.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it, because if that's the case, what's happening around us.
You can't see my shoulders up.
Those
because
are
I'm all
Tetris
blacked
blocks.
out.
Those are Tetris blocks that we're handed. You know what I mean? It's a crazy situation where we have a political system where we're fed puppets and weird people that are just weird. They can't even talk.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Puppet Master was scary as shit when I was a kid.
And now we have that as our political system.
Word.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Remember the one that had the scissors for hands?
Yeah, that's
And
like
the one
Mitch
with the little hat
McConnell.
on and the trench coat?
Boom.
He had the white
That's
face.
That's like one of them other cats.
Last thing you want is those puppets running up on you.
Yeah, and they're doing it already.
Had the one
They
with the
out
drill
there.
on his head? Remember that guy? He had
No,
the drill on
I
his
don't
head?
think I saw that, to be honest.
Oh, man. Get your shit together, bro.
I know. There's a lot of movies I
Puppet
haven't
Master?
seen.
You never saw Puppet Master? It's like saying you never saw Children of the Corn or fucking Pet Cemetery.
I did see those. Wait, did I ever watch all of Children? I think I fell asleep on Children of the Corn, and then Pet Cemetery. I did see that, but I was a kid. I don't know. It was so long ago. I don't remember. Probably 12,
he was
13.
a kid.
13 maybe. 15. Is that kid? Does that count as kid? 15.
No, because I was younger than that.
So what does that mean? What is
So
kid?
I
I don't know. 15 maybe.
Yeah, I was a kid. So, I was under,
So whatever. I guess adolescent. However you want to describe it.
preteen.
Sure. That is when I saw it.
Preteen is what I call kid. Teen is what I call
There you
teen.
go. Then we are in
And adult is
congruence.
what I call over 18.
Yeah. We're in line with each other.
Holla at me. Just playing.
No doubt. Anything you want to plug or anything cool going on in your world?
Man, I just want to plug this guy, man. Fucking watch this shit. Stop playing with yourself.
Yeah.
Or you can do them at the same time. I don't think that there's no rules against that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Follow my guy, man. That's all I want to plug.
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
The Void.
It's really a discussion about, whatever shit's going on. So there's crazy stuff. I don't know. It's crazy stuff.
Let's get this up to number 1. I want to put Boyd in on YouTube, and I want to see this guy.
I think we have a long way to go.
Yeah, well, let's get
way.
it started is the whole point.
I don't know how to do that.
Can I be? Yeah, me neither. There's some hacks. I can put you onto some hacks, but at the same time, we need.
Look, we had the max
everybody watching to
at
fucking
950
like and subscribe.
Something. We had 3 people. That was the maximum we had. We had 2 people. That's pretty crazy. We had.
But when
2
you see
for
this
so
video,
long.
like and subscribe.
For so
Especially
long.
if you watch this motherfucking long.
Yeah, so sometimes people listen while they're like doing some chores or shit and whatever. We're talking about some crazy stuff. But
I get the live.
Tonight, I don't know if the Tao of Tetris really sparked that much.
But this is gonna get posted regardless, right?
Oh yeah, of course it'll be in the
Boom. So they need those people that are
stuff.
watching now, that are watching it, that you found it because you were looking up this shit. Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, well they probably are subscribed and they're probably getting notices that it's live and going live.
That's not what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about something that happens
people
across
out there,
when they put on the Tao of
Tetris
Tetris on accident, or they put in
Hopefully,
the
I
book,
should
or they
put
put
hashtags.
in
I put,
Wally
like,
DooDoo,
politics.
or they come across this video
I didn't put any
and they all
hashtags.
like it. Yeah,
Wally
go
do.
figure that out.
Hashtag Wally do.
That's not the best, but yeah.
What do you want?
But that's
Like,
it.
go
No,
ahead and
I'm
plug
saying,
it.
I can't. I'm talking about to help you out.
Hashtag helping.
Because we've got, you know what I mean?
Hey, well, Superfan Chris, why don't you weigh in on the rant? He didn't weigh in on any rant.
That is a fact. This is a fun part.
So he said, entertaining show for sure tonight. However, he didn't weigh in. He did say to change the subject, but he didn't weigh in.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Maybe
Entertaining for sure, though.
He is a true politician, Superfan Chris. He
Entertaining for sure.
Pick sides. He did say it was entertaining. So we have at least accomplished that.
Boom.
But he's also a very nice guy. I sometimes
Who,
wonder
him or me?
if he's just being nice to us because he's a nice guy. Superfan Chris.
I thought you meant me.
You're nice as well. Yeah, sure. That too.
Duh.
He always thinks I mean him. We got to talk about that more in this show. Maybe.
See,
or
I
we
set
have
him
the
up.
The Wally Do show.
He doesn't even know I set him up sometimes.
Sets me up, and I take it. Hook, line,
This
and
time I
sinker.
set him up for sure, and he tried to bury me again, man.
Oh, set it
It
up.
is what it
He
is.
set it up.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. That's what makes us a dynamic duo. He sets it
I'm
up,
telling you,
and
it's
then
good.
then I spike the ball, or what? Set it up, and then what? Is this a volleyball reference?
No, but that was hilarious, though. Set it up, and then what?
Bro.
What I do? What? Set it
what?
up, knock
Yeah.
it down. Come on.
Knock it down,
Jesus
set it up, and knock it
Louises,
down. Wait, is that a
man.
good thing to knock it
Fuck,
down, or
yeah.
is that a bad thing?
It's
to
like an
knock it-
alley-oop. I throw you an alley-oop.
Alley-oop, you set it
Like
up. Okay.
I'm specifically like
Alley-oop.
setting you up to because
alley-oop
earlier you were like it's
alley-oop
always
it.
about him. So now I'm like, you
Alley-oop
talking
it.
about me again? Blah
Talking
blah
about
blah.
me,
And you're
and I
like,
was like,
oh,
it's
he thinks
always
I'm talking
about
about
him.
him. I set you up for the alley-oop.
Bam, alley-oop.
And
I
you're
took
like,
it, right? I slammed it.
yeah, you should have
Yeah,
slammed
we
it, but you
I
didn't
did.
slam it.
I didn't slam it?
You grabbed it and you tipped it in.
Oh, so I sort of like limp
You
wristed
tipped it in, and it was like because you
It
didn't
wasn't
even
like,
know that I
what
did it
should
on
I-
purpose.
What should I have done?
If
What
you
would have
knew
been?
I did it on purpose, you would have like hand on me
Then
one time.
what would I have done? What would have been the
I
perfect
don't know, man.
dunk on that?
You would have just been like, once again, from our selfish correspondent. At any
yes.
rate,
Oh,
we're
there
out
you
today,
go.
Jay Boy. You would have
From
or
the
something,
guy who makes it about him.
Right. You know what I mean? You would have.
Yeah. And from the self-centered perspective, we got Wally.
But you didn't even know that I did it on purpose, so
yeah,
you were being like sweet
then-
about it.
being nice.
But it's
about
like,
it.
no, I'm setting you up to shit on me
Right.
one time
Yes.
now.
Yeah, I didn't
Come
shit
on,
on him
man.
hard enough. You heard that, guys. You heard that. I should have.
He's
shit
gonna
on him
do it the
hard.
rest of the time. Might as well finish off clean.
I know, right? Exactly.
'Cause I don't know
figured,
nothing.
Look, I went soft because I figured subliminal ones already triggered you. So if I came out and said something, I'd better. Tread
Oh,
softly.
so they were subliminal, yet aimed at me. Copy.
Apparently.
Oh, they were aimed at
Apparently.
me. He just called them subliminals.
I mean,
So he
he's
was
reading-
aiming, but he was doing it subliminally.
He's reading into
Even
things to
though
the
he
point of
spent the
subliminal
half of this
message.
podcast saying that's not about you.
I'm trying to. Hey,
I'm
I'm trying
not
to give you
no
legitimacy.
dummy, bro.
I'm trying to give you a little hint of legitimacy.
Not no dummy is a great name for a
Yeah.
podcast.
I mean, look. Sometimes,
But we
Yeah,
should do like it's like a Pinky and the Brain spinoff somehow. The something, whatever you want to call yourself, and the whatever. I'll be the layman. It'll be the so and so and the
I'll
layman.
be. How about the Boyd and the brain?
It's like Pinky and
The
the Brain.
Boyd and the Brain.
But no,
You be the brain. What's wrong with you?
that
being the
actually
brain?
worked funny too.
There you go.
It's still
You're the
funny
brain.
as well.
And I'm just a Boyd. Look, I never say that I'm the expert. I never claim to
See
be
how
an
he's
expert.
working his fucking
You know what I mean? I never claim. So I'm
his
just
brand.
the Boyd. I'm just the Boyd.
his brand.
I just ask questions.
How
and
about
I-
the Boyd and the DooDoo then?
I make statements. That's it. That's all I do. I just ask questions and make statements.
But we're good
You
combo.
know what I mean? So
I need to keep it
and-
more.
but
Like
he's
the
the
last
brain.
one wasn't
He's
as good
the
as this
brain.
one. This one was better than the last one.
So because sometimes I don't even know I'm making subliminal digs, and unless somebody tells me,
I don't even know I'm making
unless
subliminal
I'm,
digs.
you know, it's like sometimes like I was wearing dreadlocks. I didn't know I was like culturally appropriating until someone made a big deal, and then when someone made a big deal, then suddenly I know I'm culturally appropriating. You know,
Then he went back to his fucking culturally
sometimes-
appropriating Kung
sometimes
Fu the
things,
Legend.
You know, yeah,
the
exactly.
fucking
Like
pulled back ponytail.
there's gonna be some Asian guy out there's like, oh, you're only half Asian.
No, that was a white dude.
How can you claim like to be Asian and you're wearing the samurai look?
I'm
of
talking about the
your
guy
hair?
that choked himself out masturbating with the belt around his neck. Kung Fu the Legend continues. Kill Bill.
David Carradine.
Carradine. Boom. You got
What
the
about
Carradine
him?
style. So he's a white man.
Who,
and
me?
then you took his style. The pulled back pony.
I mean, Steven Seagal had that style too.
Well,
How about him?
You also appropriating from another white man.
Well, I guess I'm
You
also
went from
I'm
dre-
as white
you went
as
from
Obama
appropriating
is.
black
so-
culture to appropriating white culture.
Sure, there you go. Exactly. So until someone gets triggered about it and starts complaining, sometimes I don't know.
See how he pulled up triggered
things.
again?
I'm
He's doing it on
innocent.
purpose.
I'm innocently.
He swears it's just like happening,
I'm
but he
innocently
is fucking
wearing
bringing it back.
dreads. I'm
I'm not no dummy, bro.
I'm innocently wearing dreads, and then someone says you're culturally appropriating. I'm innocently wearing a ponytail, and someone says you're culturally appropriating Steven Seagal.
So basically, you
know
gotta
what I
call
mean?
him out.
And
I'm
so-
innocently trying to
so,
shit on
you
my
know what I
friend
mean?
until
So-
somebody calls me out on
So
it.
sometimes people.
I'm
get
calling you out, motherfucker.
Different
You were
things,
shitting on me.
different things trigger different people. Sometimes when you start talking about being good at Tetris, but your life is in disarray, it'll trigger some reactions.
He brought back the disarray part on purpose. You heard that?
People feel some type of way about it, and then go on a
try to
rant
diminish me all
about
you
it.
want, bro.
They start to go on a rant
I don't got
about
the,
it. You
I
know
got
what I mean?
I got the best camera angle.
And then, yeah. I mean, look, you even got the best camera angle, dude. Everything's coming
It's
up
not
while
bad
they
with
do.
these black shirts. Like I like how
It's-
when the
it's
pops
just
come
like-
in, and I know it's
it's
gonna
like,
be lighter on the actual feed.
Everything is amazing for Wally do, but all he can do is complain. I don't know. What's going on?
Really? I can't believe you. Now he's losing all his credibility trying to throw me under the bus. It was like
Hey,
he had
what?
a little wiggle room.
He complained I was too soft.
He had a little wiggle room. But now everybody's like, oh, he's just being a dick.
Then I come
now.
with a leg kick, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, man, you didn't say full force. Yeah.
You be the judge.
A little bit. Hey, people put it in the comments. Ask your friends. Share it around. Ask your friends.
Act like he didn't switch up.
Look, you told me to switch up. You told me.
Yeah, but make it clever.
Oh, shit. I can't. I'm not the brain. Look, there's a reason why it's the Boyd in the brain. I can't be as clever as Wally.
No, the Boyd in the brain is because you want to just
Wally
work your you know what I mean, branding. Boyd.
Oh, well, we could change it to something else.
All right.
A different branding. You want to work your branding
Yes,
in?
yes.
What do you want to do? Wally Doo and
Let's call
and
it
the Boyd?
DooDoo in the brain.
Okay, DooDoo and the brain. There you go.
You're the brain.
I don't want to make it that makes it sound like I'm claiming to know shit, like a brain.
That's
guy.
what people don't want to do. Is they don't want to. They want to be pretentious, but they don't want to actually call themselves the brain because then it seems pretentious, even though they're gonna talk like it anyway.
Is that like a subliminal dig or a direct dig? Or is that, or should I not assume it's a dig because you didn't say my name?
Why do you think everything is about you, bro?
See?
Why do you think everything is about you?
Uh-huh.
Jesus, man. Get it together, bro.
Indeed. So, anyway, that's what, I don't know. Anyway, that's the thing. What are your thoughts on that, Wally Doo?
I love it. You like it, I love it. But we make a great team when it works out. Today was a good one. I think today was a good one.
Indeed. I mean, you never know because it's always more entertaining.
A little bit of knowledge, a little bit of
someone
bullshit.
gets triggered, any direction it goes, it's always entertaining.
Yeah,
right?
I just meant like a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of bullshit, a little bit of, you know what I mean? A little bit of fun, a little bit of serious. It was well-rounded. That's what I like.
Though I don't feel we really got into politics, and you were saying something about we got into politics.
Is this about politics?
Sure, news and politics.
You're in
That's
that section?
the topic, yeah. And the hashtags go along with it, yeah.
Well, it was raining today, right? A little bit, half of the day in the morning, and then it was sunny all day. Surprising, I couldn't cut the grass last 2 days. It was raining serious last 2 days.
This is your idea of news and politics?
Yes, there's some news. There's some news. Right? Weather is a section, no? I don't know who won.
I mean, yeah.
We're doing sports section now.
You know.
I don't know who won. Somebody won.
I'm sure the fact that you
somebody's playing. What are they playing now? They're playing
mow the grass or not is
they playing
some
football?
news that would be beneficial.
But they're playing football now.
Folks.
They're playing football.
I don't know. I mean, if you're not sure, should you opine about it?
Well, let's just guess. I think they're playing football now, and I don't know who won. Oh no! You know what? Jaguars lost. I know that. Local news. So what we do? Sports. We did weather. What? No elections going on in Jacksonville, right?
I don't know. There might be
he
early.
don't know, so I guess it's not that important. Apparently,
early voting. Well, you know, sometimes I usually try to bring up topics that I do want to opine about.
News.
Yeah, news.
All right.
Politics.
Next subject. Now you can do something else.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we did all the news.
We completed the news. There you go.
We covered the politics. You did.
Producer and director Wally.
I did weather. I did sports, and I did
the news
politics
for us.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So if you were looking for news here, man, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if someone did come in for news and they wanted to talk about something, we can talk about. I mean, it's not really, I guess, news per se, but there's nothing. It's the closest category.
I think they came in for the Dow of Tetris.
Possibly.
People were looking for Dow, or they were looking for Tetris.
Yeah.
Or they were looking for Boyd, or they were looking for Wally.
Or some of the hashtags that are in the down deep in the commentary.
Wally DooDoo.
Wally DooDoo.
Yeah, it's a DooDoo, but it's okay.
Is that one word DooDoo, or is that two words DooDoo?
It's two capital D's, but it's back to back like it's one word.
Two capital D's like it's one word. We want to make sure that
it might be spaced. I don't actually know.
Correct. So
I don't actually know.
Good thing that we have the expert on hand to describe how
that's hilarious.
Properly.
Look how we do that right off the bat.
Should it be properly typed and indexed in the title there.
We don't fuck around, guys.
No, not at all. Not at all. There we go. But it is correct, right? Per the.
I think so.
I mean, is there someone else that we can
I don't
possibly
really know.
cite or
I don't really
reference
know.
other than you that would know
I know
more
it's
and
DooDoo,
better
but I
than-
don't know if there's a space or not. But I think that's how it is on my gaming shit. So yeah.
And that must be how it is. Only the natural path and the natural way can be the real way.
It's the Tao of what's his face?
LeBron. Indeed. Yeah. Any parting thoughts about anything, Wally DooDoo?
You know, sometimes they were great times. They were great times. And I enjoyed those great times. You know? That, like everything around, but being one with the universe means you're using it through you essentially in some way, somehow. And that's when I realized, oh, that's what that movie was about. Yep.
So tennis instead of Tetris.
But his whole life is in disarray. Sound familiar?
Indeed. So then it would be the Tao of Wally DooDoo.